Alright, so I'm here today with Lizzie. Lizzie, I'm Jar.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And basically, so be quiet a minute, but we're just do this, yeah? And so obviously just tell me a story of what it's like out here on the streets. But let me just ask you a few questions. Where did you come from originally? Like
Harrogate.
Harrogate, yeah? Did you grow up there?
Yeah, a town called Boroughbridge, which is like smacking between Harrogate and Ripon.
Yeah.
Um,
No way. So how did you end up like to get on the streets or on drugs?
I ended up moving to Harrogate with my ex-partner.
Yeah.
I was in domestic violence and I had to flee.
Yeah.
I went over to Leeds because I just wanted a fresh start, a new life.
Yeah.
Went over to Leeds and of course my old baggage then followed at the same time.
Yeah.
Then I met Danny and my life changed.
So you went through a lot of domestic violence with your old boyfriend and stuff like that?
I'm actually 5 years clean off heroin.
5 years clean off heroin?
2 years clean off methadone.
How did you start on heroin? How did you get to that point?
I just sunk in my head to the point where I didn't want to be around nobody. So that's what people, in Harrogate, they're in groups.
Yeah.
So, and it was the case of I'd been given a weed joint with it sprinkled in a weed joint to start off with.
Yeah.
And it just led from there.
So basically, you took it to like block stuff out, like because I took a lot of drugs. Yeah, I took cocaine and ket and all that to like block a lot of things out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So basically, you didn't even know you were taking it. So one of your own mates sprinkled it in a spliff. You didn't even know. And you end up addicted.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was given a Subutex, 8 mil Subutex,
Yeah.
and was told it was paracetamol. So when I had it, so when the Subutex hit, then just made me severely poorly at that time.
No way. So now, obviously, you're in Bradford now. So
in the first lockdown,
yeah,
I was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Wow.
Ended up having to have a left mastectomy.
Wow.
Battling with cervical as well. And then last year I was diagnosed with breast cancer again, but to my lymph nodes in the same arm.
Wow. So you have breast cancer and you have lymph. What's it, lymph?
So basically, I have it's breast cancer, but
Yeah.
it's travelled into my lymph nodes,
Wow.
which turned into 3 tumours.
And can't you get no help for like nobody helping you?
So what they've done is I've had it all removed, and I'm just going through treatment, and then because we've come over here and that.
Yeah,
They won't let me carry it on until I'm inside because of how poorly I can get.
Wow. So because you've come from Harrogate to Bradford, you can't get your correct care?
Yeah, they've basically told me that I have to do 6 months on the streets before anybody would consider us.
Wow. So you're 6 months on the streets before you can consider any kind of help?
Even though I've got local connection to Bradford and stuff, they still turned around and said that we have to do 6 months on the streets.
6 months on the streets with cancer? Wow, man, it's sad, isn't it? And how does that make you feel like, though? It's sad.
It's upsetting because the black people, you know what I mean, the black people down here. I mean, I don't see myself any different, even though I've got this illness, I don't see myself any different to anybody else.
You seem very positive, Lizzie, you know, you're engaged.
I have to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're engaged.
Otherwise, my head's just going to go up.
Yeah, do you know, stay positive as you are, man, and God bless you, innit? I think God's got you for a reason. You got cancer spreading through your body, and you're homeless on the streets, you know. And
I was always told that everything happens for a reason. Everyone has these tasks to go through, and it's always done for a reason. So
yeah, I believe that
I don't like the reason, but it's what's happening. So.
I believe that in the next life, you'll have the best life. Yeah, I truly believe that. Do you know what it is? In life, we all go through a lot of pain. Like, I've been through a lot of stuff. You not even half as much as you, right? But I've been through a lot myself, and I believe that when you look back on life, there's a lot of pain and traumas in it, and I believe it lasts for a lifetime, you know. But death, and I don't mean to say this is like be morbid, but I believe death is one of the most beautiful things ever. It's like a roller coaster. Yeah. You get on that roller coaster for 10 seconds, for 5 seconds or 10 seconds, you scream, and then you want to do it again. That's how beautiful, that's the feeling of death. So I'm not saying like look forward to that at all, but just know that in that situation, you know, I believe it's not a bad situation, and that might not be the best advice to give you.
I try to make people aware make people aware. Just check. You know what I mean?
Like even just talking to you
today. If you
today.
feel like anything, just go and get it sorted.
Yeah. How did you find out you had the cancer? Like, what were you?
So with the first cancer I had, I noticed that I had a lump, but it was the full size of my breast, and it was growing back. It was growing inwards into my body, so it was trying to like grow in.
No way.
So when they operated, they turned around and said to me, they said we have to basically just remove everything. So.
No way, man.
And then last year I lost all my hair and everything.
So what about like your family? Do you have any family or?
Yeah, I've got family. It's difficult. Like difficult. Like I talk to my dad, but I don't talk to my dad and my brother. And my dad has been diagnosed with prostate cancer, and he's got heart disease, and I've just been diagnosed with a heart condition as well. And it's,
No way. What would you, if your family actually got to see this? Because you know I have a big channel. Like, anything you'd like to say to them? You know, a message to any of your family members, just in case they want to see this video. You know.
Just basically, if they find anything, just go and get it.
Yeah.
Anything, even if it's so little or something like that. They've even said even with moles and stuff like that, just go get it checked out.
Yeah. And you love them and miss them, obviously, don't you?
Oh, I mean, I love my dad to pieces and my brother and that, my sister as well, but that's a different...
Yeah.
Yeah, I love them all to pieces.
That's good, man. You know, you've got a great brightness in your eyes, you know what I'm saying? I love that brightness in your eyes. It tells me that you're
Keep
special.
each other going with each other, so...
You're actually engaged, aren't you, man? On a positive note to end this, you're engaged, aren't you?
Aye, we are.
And is he the love of your life?
Oh, wait.
She is, man. She's my sweetie pie. I love her more in the world.
Yes,
Means
that's his
everything,
sweetie
man.
pie and he loves it. And look, you've not got much, but you've got each other in it.
That's all, no, I mean, that's all we need. I mean, as long as we've got each other, nothing else matters.
Yes, Lizzie, man. I appreciate you just telling that bit of story
No worries.
and coming in here and meet her down. I hope life gets easier and gets better for you, yeah?
Yes, sir, thank you.
All right. Love you.
You too.